which month, which day is yesterday? So the answer is 昨天是8月31号。That means 8月 that means August, the 8th month. August 8月31号 31st 31号。星期二 Tuesday 星期二 Tuesday。明天呢？呢 means what about？ 明天呢 ？That means what about tomorrow? What about tomorrow? What about tomorrow? 明天是9月2号。明天是9月2号。That means tomorrow is September 2nd. That means 2nd September. 明天 tomorrow 是 is 9月 September 2号 2nd 星期四 Thursday. So the whole meaning is 昨天是几月几号 What's the date? Yesterday. 昨天是8月31号星期二 This is to talk about the yesterday's date. And then 明天呢 What about tomorrow? 明天是9月2号星期四 That means tomorrow is 2nd September, Thursday. That means what was the date yesterday? And then there's a yesterday one. What about tomorrow? Tomorrow and date. So this is talk about the date of today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Look at the next one. 明天 tomorrow 星期六 That means tomorrow is Saturday. 明天星期六 Tomorrow is Saturday. 你去学校吗 Will you 你 You 去 Go school Go to school 吗 Question. So that means Do you go to school? Will you go to school? 我去学校 I will go to school. 你去学校做什么 You go to school. 做 do. 做 means do. 什么 means what. That means you go to school, do what? You go to school, do what? 我去学校看书。我去学校看书。I go to school for reading. 看书。So here it's also talk about date. 明天星期六。Here there's a sentence pattern here. 你去学校做什么
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am. When we play this PPT on our mobile phones, the sound effect doesn't get played.
So you can play it on the laptop.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, so the meaning of this text is tomorrow is Saturday. Will you go to school? Yes, I will. Saturday. So this is 星期六 Saturday. Tomorrow is Saturday. Will you go to school? Yes, I will. What will you do at school? Then say I will do some reading. Here, let's see some notes. The first one is the first one note is talk about the date and month. And here, let's see this one. This is the sentence pattern in Chinese. For example, if I say 明天星期三 tomorrow Wednesday. So this is the correct sentence. In English, we should say tomorrow is Wednesday. But in Chinese, we can say tomorrow Wednesday. This is a correct sentence. We just remove is. In Chinese, we can say is. We also can remove is. So that is tomorrow is Wednesday. So we say tomorrow Wednesday. That is the correct one. Tomorrow Wednesday. That is the correct one. So we can say 明天星期三，我的老师33岁。今天2月28号。These are the correct sentence. Another one notice talk about when we talk about the date, month, year in Chinese. In Chinese, we say the year first. We say the year first, and then month, and then day, and then weekday. So we say, so for example, we say 2017年2月28号. That means 28th February 2017. But in Chinese, we can see the different order. So we also can say 9月1号星期三. That means 1st September Wednesday. Also next one, the last one, for example, the last one, we say 2020年6月23号. 2020年6月23号. But in English, we say 23rd June 2020. In Chinese, we put the year at the first, and then month, and then date. Year, month, date, and then weekday. This is the order to speak, talk about that one. Also in dialogue 3, there's a sentence structure. We can see this sentence structure. We can see the first one is there's a subject, and then we can say that one is 他去学校看书. For example, 他去学校看书. That means she go to school for reading. Go to school to read books. Go to school to read books. Here, first we say go to some place, then to do something. This sentence is go to some place to do something. So in Chinese we say 我去 for example, University of Sagoda 学习汉语. 我去 University of Sagoda 学习汉语. That means I go to UOS to study Chinese. 我们去 Lahore 吃 karahi. 我们 我们去 Lahore 吃 karahi. That means we go to Lahore to eat karahi. 她去学校看书. She go to school to read books. So here, sentence. Go to 去 someplace to do something. That means go to some place to do something. It's a sentence structure. This sentence structure is in dialogue 3. We can see it again. For example, this one. This sentence structure. 你去学校做什么？
课文3。
我去学校看书。你去学校做什么？我去学校看书。I go to school to read. So this is the sentence structure. So again, the main part, the important part in this lesson is first talk about months. Talk about month. How to talk about months. How to say January to December. That is use the number 1 to number 12. And the second important part is how to say Monday to Sunday. Monday to Sunday. Monday to Sunday. Monday 星期一. Tuesday 星期二. So here, Monday to Saturday, we use the number 1 to number 6. But for Sunday, we will not use the number 7. We will say 星期日 or 星期天. 星期日 or 星期天。Then they talk about numbers. So these are the weekday. 星期一、星期二、星期三、星期四、星期五、星期六、星期天、星期日、星期天。This is also very important. So look at this sentence structure. If you ask about the date, in Chinese, we will ask one by one. For example, 今天 today, 几月 means which month, 几号 which day, 星期几 which weekday. So we will ask one by one, which month, which day, which weekday. 几月几号星期几？明天几月几号星期几？昨天几月几号星期几？今天 today， 明天 tomorrow， 昨天 yesterday。Number 4， 明天你去哪儿做什么？去哪儿 we will learn it in next lesson. Means where to go to do what. 星期日你去哪儿做什么？ So here are some practice. You can do it by yourself. You can do it by yourself after class. For example, look at the calendar. You can say 今天是 which month, which day, and which weekday. You can write the number. For example, this one January. January, we can see which month? 1月. And the first January, we can say 1号. 星期几 which weekday? So it's same one. May 18. May. How to say May? That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. May. That is 5月. 5月. And the date is 18. 18. So we say 18号. 18号. And also 22号是 that is day 22nd is you can say which day 22nd that is Wednesday. You can write Wednesday here. 23rd 23号是 23rd which day? Thursday. You can write Thursday here. And also this one is a sentence of the dialogue 3. 明天我去学校看书. Tomorrow I go to school to read books. And also this is also asked about the date. 今天几月几号? What's the date today? 今天星期几? What's the date? What's the weekday today? 明天几月几号? What's the date? Which day, which month is tomorrow? What is the weekday of tomorrow? Tomorrow, what do you want to do? So just to change today to maybe tomorrow, yesterday. So you can make a time. You can make a table to write your birthday, 生日 birthday. You can write your birthday date and then write your name. For example, 8月31号, 8月31号, that means 31st August. So you can write the date of your birthday, the year and the birthday, and try to read it in Chinese. For example, your birthday year, your birthday month, your birthday date, and the birthday weekday. You can write it. So there's also the practice. So besides this, I will make a short introduction of the Chinese calendar. So here, in China, we use 2 calendars. As same in Pakistan. In Pakistan, you also use 2 calendars. One is commonly used one in this world, and another one is Islamic calendar. And in China, we also use 2 calendars. You can read it, and let me show you the pictures. This calendar is traditional calendar is widely used in China. Some for the traditional festivals and also for the people's birthdays. We always use this calendar. But somehow look at this page of the calendar. Look at this page of the calendar. For example, look at this one. This which year? Which month? This is 2020年6月. That means June 2020. So here we can see Monday. Here we write 一, that means 星期一. Tuesday we write 二, 星期二. This one Sunday we write 日, that means 星期日. So here we see the first line. We see the first line. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a commonly used calendar we use in this word. But see the second line. The second line is this is the Chinese traditional calendar date. That's a quite different date with this date. For example, this day is second, but here for the Chinese calendar, that is one. That one is 11th. That one is 11th. So also, for example, this one is 七月. 七月 means July. 七月 means July. For example, this 1st July and 2nd July. For the 2nd July, there's another month here. Here we write the traditional Chinese calendar. And for the traditional Chinese calendar, there are some traditional festivals in China. We use this traditional calendar. For example, for the biggest festival in China is the Spring Festival. That is the Chinese New Year. If you see the news, you can see that every Chinese New Year in every year, they have a different date. Why they have a different date? But actually, in the Chinese traditional calendar, it is not a different date. It's a fixed day. That is the first day of the Chinese calendar year. That means the Chinese Spring Festival, Chinese New Year, that means the 1st January in Chinese, January 1st in Chinese traditional calendar. But it's not very equal to the calendar we commonly use in this world. So it's always a month late. It is always a month late. So that is this is the second line is the Chinese calendar. The first line is the traditional. It's a commonly used calendar we use in many countries now. For example, today, if we say actually in ancient time, in China, we only use the traditional calendar, but in nowadays, because nowadays there are lots of communications between different countries, so we also use this commonly used calendar. So these are the calendar we use today. If you see the Chinese calendar, they will have two parts. For example, do you see any advertisement of the 1111 1111 sales 1111 sales? There are some more some online website, the online shopping website. They will do some activities of shopping day. In China, there's a shopping day 11/11. That means that is 11/11. That means 11th November. 11th November in China. When we write it, When we write it 11 November, we write 11. So that means that day is that day in China we say because there are 4 1. 11 we write 1 11 1. That means single day. That means in China we say it's single day. That means that person that for the that is a festival. That is a festival for the people who has no boyfriend, no girlfriend, no husband, and no wife. So we call it single day. So for that day, if you have no boyfriend, no girlfriend, no husband, no wife, no dating, what should you do? Shopping. Shopping online. So that is 11 11 That's shopping day. That also comes from the date. That is how to, so because when we write November, we write 11. So these are all the contents today. The main content today is how to talk about, the main content today is how to talk about month, date, and year. How to talk about the how to express the date, the number, date, month, weekday, and year. So, and another important part is remember how to say the 12 months in Chinese. As that is the number 1 to number 12, and then add the word 月, 月. And also how to talk about weekday, Monday to Sunday. Please remember how to talk about how to say these words and also this month. It's quite important. Next. Yes, do you have any questions? If you have any question, you...
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Today lecture was very difficult.
Yes, from these lectures, it will be more and more difficult.
Yes, ma'am. Today was very difficult lecture. I can't.
Next, it will be much more difficult.